May 24th, 2013. The Middle Way Meditation Institute, or MMI, makes its official debut onto the world stage by breaking the Guinness World Record for releasing the most floating lanterns to bring awareness to world peace.
And the final number is 60.
To see more than 10,000 lanterns flying up in the sky should not only be something to appreciate, something to look at, but also something that every one of us who participated in should try to participate in by working for world peace, especially through inner peace.
The Light of Peace event quickly garners global media attention and becomes an overnight sensation. April 14, 2014. MMI launches its second annual Light of Peace event in the Philippines and successfully sets another Guinness World Record, this time for creating the world's largest flaming image using 100,000 candles.
I'm amazed, and right now I'm very proud about our countrymen, our country. We have shown our province, we have shown that we can be united. We can show the whole world that we can be united with one purpose and peace. Well, peace is always very important. We have a lot of problems in our country. We have a lot of problems in this world. Somehow, if each one of us can have peace in himself, then world peace is possible.
August 29, 2015. The following year, MMI joined San Enrique, a municipality in the province of Iloilo, to light 16,000 candles and officially coined San Enrique the first inner peace town in the world due to its implementation of inner peace education and the Universal Goodness Program. 2017 marks another groundbreaking year. MMI expands to 6 continents and lays the groundwork to what hopes to be another Guinness World Record in the near future. The mission? To create the world's largest online meditation, connecting 1 million people from 6 continents.
World peace always should start from each one, because I see a lot of time, people talk about peace, but they're not really peaceful, so I think if you're talking about something about peace or act about peace, then first you need to have the mind of peace.
It is now showing to us now that the world needs to have this event now more than ever in this current world where we are facing lots of conflicts, that we need to join together and join our hands with so many other countries, and we hope that for 2018 we will have more countries and more people to unite in peace and harmony for this event 2018.
Before we continue, let's take a step back. What exactly is the Middle Way Meditation Institute? The Middle Way Meditation Institute, also known as MMI, is a New York-based global organization that promotes peace education as a means to attaining world peace. We're creating a movement that joins world leaders and thinkers, interfaith communities, educators, businesses, local citizens, and thousands of fearless inner peace warriors around the world to advance a common purpose: universal inner peace. MMI has taken various initiatives such as conducting meditation retreats, offering peace educations in schools, universities, and organizations, and orchestrating annual global peace events to create awareness of inner peace. Our core belief is that true world peace is achievable when every individual, from ordinary citizens to leaders of nations, has inner peace. Our goal is to foster individuals to have a healthy body, a caring heart, an intelligent mind, and an enlightened spirit, which we call the inner peace life. This year's global event, dubbed as the World's Inner Peace Celebration 2018, kicks off on September 22nd, 2018. Its goal is threefold. 1. To celebrate the International Day of Peace. 2. To promote the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And 3. To introduce the inner peace education and practice around the globe. As our fight for world peace continues to grow, we need your support and involvement. World peace is urgent, and we encourage you to be part of this change movement. Join us today. Take a stand, make your inner peace shine, and be the change.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the World Inner Peace Celebration 2018 at Columbia University in New York City here. Thank you so much for joining us today because we are here together for world peace, right? So today, again, we're going to celebrate International Day of Peace together and also discuss the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and also introduce you to the inner peace education and practice. My name is Anne. I'm really honored to be here as an MC. And for today's event, I feel so grateful and pleasure so much and would love to welcome honorary guests and especially all spiritual leaders here. So for our opening remark, I would love to start with the opening remark from the Mayor Office of the Mayor of New York City. Ms. Crystal Stone, she's going to be the representative, will deliver a message from Mayor Bill de Blasio. Please welcome Ms. Crystal Stone.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you all. Again, my name is Crystal Stone. I work with the New York City Center for Faith and Community Partnerships, which is an extension of the Community Affairs Unit out of the Mayor's office. So first, I would like to extend a warm welcome and thank you for allowing the Mayor's office to participate in your celebration and in your teaching and learning on today. So on behalf of Mayor Bill de Blasio, I thank you. I want to first talk about really quickly what the Mayor's Center for Faith and Community Partnerships does. So if any faith leader across the spectrum that works with communities throughout the city, any community-based organization that serves your community, we are here to make sure that as leaders, you have access to all the initiatives, benefits, and resources that the city has to offer. One of the most, I think, important initiatives that have come out of this administration was actually started by the mayor's wife, First Lady Shirlane McCray, and that's Thrive NYC. And Thrive NYC is a mental health awareness platform that makes sure that communities understand what mental health awareness is, understand the issues that plague our communities, but also make sure that there is 24-hour support to anybody who wants it via text, email, or phone call, and it's accessible to everybody in New York City. And finally, it's a way to make sure that we remove the stigma and the shame that surrounds mental health illness. So I do not take it for granted that today was created so people can understand how do they have inner peace and how does that inner peace affect our communities. So I thank you, Venerable Barin, for having us. I thank you, Middle Way Meditation Institute, for creating this program because there are too many people across New York City that suffer inwardly, and that definitely affects what happens in our cities and our communities and across the world. So Mayor Bill de Blasio, on behalf of him, I thank you for having us, and I'm excited to learn and to practice with you today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Crystal. That's such a lovely speech, and I think it's such a great start for all of us, especially in New York City here. Okay, so next session is going to be our starting program. We are going to move to the body. Okay, this section, we really have to admit that we need to have our good inner peace But the good start, it has to be, we need a healthy exterior. So the body, and especially healthy body, is really important. So now I would love to introduce our speaker. She's Miss Joy Levine. She's going to discuss about the importance, how to have the healthy body. Let me give you the brief information about her background. Actually, her background about the education. She graduated from Thapparat University from Thailand about sociology and anthropology, and also finished her post-graduation study in USA. For her works and businesses, she has been in beauty and wellness industry for many years. Definitely, she's the supermodel. Until today, she's my idol, really. And also, she's the CEO of Sense of Joy about the spa. And also, this is such a great spa, innovative and high-class successful day spa. Got awarded and as a world-class luxury spa, and also Best New Spa awarded. For her yoga background, she got the certified advanced smart flow yoga instructor. Also, the Professional Institute in Children Yoga from Yoga 8 at Loyola Marymount University. She also certified by the Middle Way Meditation as Inner Peace Life Instructor. Please welcome Miss Joy Levine.
Thank you, Anne. What such a long introduction. It's just so kind of you. So, as Anne said, I call it my past life. I was in the beauty and entertainment business in Thailand for over 20 years. And I was just, I always say something about things that I'm doing right now, which I consider as my proud moment to be an instructor of the Middle Way meditation. So I would tell you a bit more about me. I was starting as the meditation since I was 7 years old. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother, we always sit and meditate together. So my great-grandmother was a nun for all over her life. That's why it's giving me the teaching in the love in meditation until I found the master, our master of the temple in Thailand. So it was my honor that my teacher, Venerable Burin, asked me to be the first group of instructor. And I'm so proud that right now I'm teaching. I start my teaching already in the school in Los Angeles named Tree Academy, which is the school that teaching in the middle and high school. And soon to be, we're gonna start the program in the elementary school called Revo Academy as soon as I got back to LA. So this is a little bit of my background. It's just like, I want to show you a little bit, since the topic is about inner peace, why health is important. As I live through all my life, it's about wellness and peace. And I also married to the fitness man, Eric, just right here. We have been living our life to fitness, wellness, and meditation. Let me give you guys a little bit. You know that all of you have traveling. Some of you traveling so far, like from Thailand, and also many of you traveling from Los Angeles. We are sitting so much. Maybe I would like to ask you permission a little bit to pretend to be my student. Are you okay with it? Good. Okay. So maybe like we start with. I want to show you a little bit what I do in the health quadrant in my class, because as Venerable Burin mentioned there is inner peace education that is combined with the 4 components. First, body, heart, mind, and spirit. So all the health, the body part that is about the health and wellness. So what I'm doing is very simple. The thing that I'm done with the kids, and I can see them totally changing right after the class. This is what I do. Can you please all rise up? We're gonna pretend that we're back into the being student, okay? Okay, I'm gonna start simple, just raising your hand up over the shoulder into the air. Okay, and slowly put the hand down. That's good. You guys are perfect. Rock. Okay, now we're gonna combine with the breathing. Breathe in, rising up overhead, and breathe out. Now we're gonna combine the feet. Don't get lost. Okay, breathe in and just like raising up. Go up, go tall, higher up, reaching up to the sky. And breathe out. Okay, do that one more time. Breathing in, raising up, rise up. Okay, the next one we're gonna do forward bend. Why we do forward bend is so good because it makes blood circulation, especially for the kids and after class, they're very sleepy and it's gonna help. Let's try. Breathe in, rising up, go over up to the sky. And breathe out, slowly bend from your hip forward. You can touch the like right here and just let go of your head. Stay there for a little bit and slowly going up vertebrae by vertebrae. It's so important you just warm yourself up a little bit at this moment. So we're gonna make up. Okay, one more time. Raising up, we combine things together. Raising up and breathe out, slowly bend forward. And just let your head hang. Let go of your head, let go of your shoulder, let go of your worry. Just leave it there. And slowly. And now maybe we do a little bit of neck movement. Maybe you look to the right, look to the left, look down, and look up. One more time, to the right, look further away to the left, looking down to your chest or to belly button, and looking up in the sky. Okay? So the other one that my teacher teach me, and I think this is very work too, is like to do like the chicken head. You know, she would do like when we're doing the texting so much or we're doing computer so much, this is really helping. I think this technique, you guys can bring it back home to use it. Now we do something, look very funny, you know, when you do it, it's like this. Like you would see the chicken go like this, that will really help. Okay, and go like that and coming back. This is definitely the pose. You can ask my teacher and they comment there for that. Okay. And okay, maybe we do a little bit of the eagle arms. So it's gonna help you a little bit on your shoulders, just like simple, just like eye in front. Go under, right arm under the left arm. You can just put like this. And you can just, if you're flexible enough, you just touch and just moving away of your elbow out. Feel the gap, open right here. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. In and out. Okay, chin side. Have another side. Left arm under the right arm. You can just touch like this. Don't kill yourself just doing just like this is okay. That's fine, being kind. Or just, if you're very flexible, it's just like this, but it doesn't matter. And move away, your elbow away from your chest. And breathe. Okay, now my hand is just by your side. Okay, you feeling a little awake? Yeah? Okay, good. So one of the other thing that I do in my class too is the breathing exercise, which I think is really helping the student. And I have one of the breathing exercise that I want you to try on. It's called the breath of fire. My teacher called Basika, but we just call the breath of fire. Maybe this time it's better that you guys sit down. We're gonna start to do the breathing. It's still gonna look like this. I'm gonna show first, okay? Pretending that I'm sitting down. You can sit down with the spine upright. Okay, you just hand just right here, or you can put your hand on just like on your diaphragm or your stomach, okay? You're gonna breathe. This breathing is gonna help you stimulating, make you freshening up, like you have a good cup of coffee. You're gonna feel awake after this. So it's like this, you breathe in, and you breathe out. When you empty already, you're just making the exhale into the rhythm, like a pumping the air out. So it's a breathing. You can do it like 20 times, 30 times, slow or fast. It's as your rhythm. For someone who never tried before, I suggest you just sit upright and close your eyes and relax, like you're in meditation, and breathe at the same time. Okay, this what will happen? Just look at me first. Take a breath, breathe in, and breathe out, and start. And breathe in deeply, and breathe out deeply. And one more time, breathe in deeply, and breathe out deeply. Okay? And the second time, you can just put the hand right here, it's okay too, or here, up to you. Okay, we're gonna do that together. Ready? Okay, breathe in, and breathe out, go empty, and start. You can go in your rhythm, don't need to follow me. When you're ready, just go deep breath in. And slow breath out. Remain closing your eyes. And one more time, deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. And go back to breathe normal. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. How do you guys feel? You feel a little bit awake? Yeah, this is what I do in class, and I'm gonna follow after this with when I feel like at this stage, you guys probably want to go like sitting in meditation right away. You feel totally awake. So this is what we're doing. And I can see that the kids that running into my class with a chaotic, state of mind, running everywhere and keep on chatting. When we give them this simple exercise, breathing, they are ready. And we put it into the meditation, and they have the biggest smile afterward. So I hope you enjoy a little bit of demonstration that I have, and thank you so much for pretending to be my student. It's so my honor to be here.
Wow, that's so comfortable and so relaxed. Do you agree with me? Yeah, it looks simple, but I feel that it's so powerful. And it's really like we are ready to do the meditation already, right? But wait, not this time yet. Because, okay, thanks Miss Joy again. It's such a great and simple. And I do believe that we are going to bring this home and do it every day, especially before the meditation, right? Okay, so next part, once again, I think many of you have heard our beautiful song and music from our professional and world-class pianist already, right? But this time, she's gonna perform and be with us for this event. I would love to introduce Ms. Katia Granova because she's the world-class pianist one, as I told you before. You know Carnegie Hall, right? She's one of them. She's one of the world-class pianists, and I'm really appreciate that, and I'm so honored because I'm kind of new here, and oh my God, Carnegie Hall, how much do I need to pay, and how early do I have to wake up and book the tickets? But I'm so lucky to be here, and she's here with us. So for her, she's gonna have another performance soon. Not so soon, but just right after our event. But she's really lovely and kind to have her time to be with us right before her performance this evening. And also, she's gonna have more on 26th of September, if you really love piano music, you know. And she's gonna have the big concert, definitely in Carnegie Hall, annually on 27th of December. Please don't wait, and please welcome Miss Cashier.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to play here today. And I just would like to announce the pieces. I'm going to play 2 Chopin pieces. The first one is very beautiful Nocturne, number 2, and then Chopin Fantasy Impromptu.
God. It's like I'm still dreaming. Like I'm one of the scene in the movie, Oscar awarded movie, and I got goosebumps. I'm not sure you got the same feeling as me. It's really like in the movie, in my dream. I don't know how to say. It's so, touched. Still, got my goosebump here, sorry. And excuse me, sorry, one more time. I got my ticket already. Okay, so if you would love to have some of the ticket, please ask the volunteer on the light blue t-shirt to got her ticket. Okay, please don't wait. Carnegie Hall, come on. Okay, next session, we're gonna start with our wonderful moment. You know what? I'm so grateful to see everyone here. You know what? Why? This room is fulfilled with superhero. And I promise you, everyone's here, after today's events, you're gonna be in the peace superhero. You wonder why I call you guys like that? Let's find out together.
I have a dream. My 4 little children.
Every lifetime has its heroes.
I have fought a very firmly against white domination.
Each fighting for peace. Each taking a stand. But as one generation ends, it gives rise to a new set of fearless warriors. The next generation of warriors, we call them inner peace superheroes. To the untrained eye, these superheroes will go unnoticed. Their powers are subtle, but strong enough to move the earth. Who are they? These are your average hard-working citizens hidden amongst us. They are ordinary people with extraordinary dreams. Their location? Everywhere. Look around you. Open your hearts and you'll see them. They are the person sitting next to you and in front of you. They are sons and daughters, school teachers, grandparents, and even your local volunteer. Their superhero power? Virtuosity, integrity, morality, humility, and honesty. They are givers. They put others first and do what's right when no one's watching. They are resilient in the face of adversity and never give up. They are team players with a positive attitude and consistently acknowledge the good in others. They understand that for world peace to occur, they must first cultivate inner peace within themselves. This is the new face of heroism. The inspiration behind the inner peace superheroes? His name? Luang Pu Wat Pak Nam, the great master from the East who taught that the biggest victory one can achieve is self-victory. He showed us that a true, noble choice is one where everyone wins. There are no losers. When an individual conquers himself, that individual wins, his family wins, his community wins, which in turn leads to the world winning. This is the essence of the inner peace superhero. As more heroes emerge, they'll need a home base, a place to convene and join with others. We call this place the annual World Inner Peace Celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now sitting at the hub of the world peace movement. We gathered here today to celebrate you, to celebrate the International Day of Peace, to open a dialogue about sustainable developmental goals, and to develop peace education within ourselves, our homes, and communities. Our Our heroes of the past are gone. We can't bring them back, but we can follow in their footsteps by choosing to step up. Be the bright light, take a stand, and make your voice heard. Our generation needs inner peace superheroes just like you. Will you fight for world peace?
Wow, there are so many inner peace superheroes, right? And I could see a lot more here already. So this part of our program is going to be Inner Peace Forum. Definitely, today we're gonna talk more in detail, especially about activate your inner peace superhero. Today we are so lucky and so honored to have a chance to get to know more in each field of our superheroes about International Day of Peace or IDP, about SDG, Sustained Development Goals, and also about inner peace education, IPE. But due to our limited time, if you have any question, please feel free to write down on the note paper that I think the volunteer gave you already. And once you have finished your written question, feel free to give it back to the volunteer, the blue t-shirt, okay? So this time, we are so lucky again that we have our facilitator, Miss Dawn Berry. She is licensed clinical social worker, psychotherapist, and also the founder of Center for Mindful Living in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Dawn, she specializes in mindfulness and meditation-based therapies for her clients. She's a board member of the Middle Way Meditation Institute of New York City. Dawn, she's certified meditation instructor who received extensive training in Thailand. She also received a master's degree of Buddhist study from University of Sydney with a special focus on Pali Canon. She's been teaching meditation since 2000 in variety of clinics, universities, schools, and corporations. Please welcome Miss Dawn Berry.
Thank you, Anne. That was so beautiful. I'm so excited to be here with everybody today. And this is the start of our special forum. And we have three very important speakers here with us today. I'm delighted to welcome them to the stage. We're first starting with Martha Gallahue. She is an NGO representative to the United Nations for the United Religion Initiative Group. She's also a psychotherapist in private practice, and she attended Columbia University. And so she will be talking to us today about the culture of peace. So please welcome Martha. And I'd like to invite Venerable Barin up to the stage, our representative for the Inner Peace Education Curriculum, the Executive Director of the Middle Way Meditation Institute. Please welcome our beloved Venerable Barin. And now I would like to invite our special honorary guest today, Professor Sachs. He's a world-renowned American economist, public policy analyst, professor, leading expert in sustainable development, and special advisor to the Secretary General of the United Nations. It's an incredible privilege to have Professor Sachs join us today. He just traveled here this morning from Columbia, the country, coming here to join us at Columbia University. So we have from Columbia to Columbia. Please welcome Professor Sachs. I will start the forum with Martha, and I'd like to ask you to please introduce yourself, just give us a little bit more information about you, and share the importance of your work.
First of all, let me congratulate you on this marvelous launch. I cannot tell you how much it's needed in the world, and what a gift it would have been to me had I been in your program, your peace education. So a little bit, I want to give you the short answer on what the International Day of Peace means to me. First of all, I wanted to also ask a question which you can just hold in your hearts and find your own answer to it. The first one is that the International Day of Peace for me represents the gathering of hearts and souls of people all over the world who care about it and who have been assaulted by the lack of it and have been wounded by the indifference of a lot of people for it. So coming together and finding people who deeply care about it and have given their lives to it, it's for me like Christmas. It's a new year, it's a new season, and the fact that it happens on the equinox or close to it is very, very significant to me. So that's the short answer. The question that I have is, do you see peace as an effect, or do you see it as a cause? Because I've learned over my lifetime, it can make a difference. But I think we have to find our own answers on that. To illustrate a little bit about my own life, I was born in the Y-Bridge city in Ohio, and it was a place where there was an intersection of both rivers and racism and poverty, and my mother exposed me to those things in a very good way. I have to say that the most noble people that I met in the town were either the active poor who were modeling a different way we need to be. They were very courageous. It was a town where if there was an intermarriage, whatever that is, your life was threatened. You could be put out of town. I experienced it just a little bit because my mother put herself in some danger. And she used to cry because she'd come home and she'd say they called me a communist, and she was a good Catholic girl. So what I learned from that period really was to ask the big questions, which is how do these things connect, and how far can a human being extend herself to both find a way to engage in this, to make a difference. And I found that my traditional religious impulse was not extremely helpful. So after a while, I had to begin to find some inner space to pursue the questions that I was asking and find the energy for that. So to do that, one thing leads to another, as we know. When you find your inner space, after about 20 years ago, it seemed like the place for me was to engage with other people who were not only asking those questions, but had a lot more of an idea of what that might look like. And I can't help but point to Jeffrey Sachs, because I want you to know that right now, at this present time, when the United States is called to speak upon values and upon higher ways of thinking in terms of our systems and our frameworks, it's Jeffrey whose voice is heard. So he speaks all over the world, and for him to be here is kind of wonderful. I'd also like you to know that the Institute is at the AEU office. I'm a humanist clergy leader, part of my trouble, so it feels you're close to my heart. I know you a lot better than you know me. So taking us back to the International Day of Peace and the original question, I don't know, are you familiar with the harmonic convergence of the 80s? That was a very transforming period before and after, and a lot of things came together at the time International Peace Day was chosen in 1981. Another term, and I have to say this is the term that compels me even more than that, is called the culture of peace. And I saw that in your presentations that there was a reference to Pathways to Peace, which was a group of NGOs like myself who came up with the notion. And the reason that it spoke to me was that the culture that I lived in involved so many good people. And the pain often is how can we get trapped in the culture that doesn't allow us to become what we're capable of being. So that pain has never gone away. However, once one finds one's inner space and finds the framework for what we call the culture of peace, which was taken up by UNESCO and then ratified in the General Assembly in 1999 on the resolution, with the resolution on the culture of peace and declaration of program of action. All these were precursors to, and I want to throw in that in the 70s we had the awareness, this persistent awareness, something's wrong with the environment, and it was the UN that held the impulse for that. Gro Brundtland in 1970, UNEP, and by the time the Rio conference came along, in 1992 first, let's jump to 2012, when there was a recognition we're in real danger. There's the question of, yes, we have a what problem, and we have some how ideas, but we don't have a dynamic, a central dynamic that begins with the inner space that we all feel. And once that fire is drawn up, we have no choice. We will burn to cinders if we don't have an outlet for it. So I found myself at the UN recognizing that, okay, I was driven by my need for the culture of peace and came to recognize the possibility that exists in it, that it was no longer a transcendent abstraction for me, but it was that living, palpable sense of our oneness that had a framework that was practical and technical. So one of the biggest miracles that have ever occurred for me in the name of the culture of peace took place in 2015 when the General Assembly agreed that we had to come up with something called a Sustainable Development Agenda. I won't go into your territory. I would simply say that for me, when you ask me what my work is, which is I'm not an expert on the impressive specialization of professionals, of superheroes, as you were saying, of the superheroes who will forever be anonymous. But what I and millions of other people, thousands of other people can see is until these SDGs are known and appreciated, they're not going to make a difference. So for me, culture of peace, sustainable development agenda, my inner space, and the recognition that when we take on this notion of the culture of peace, our beginning and end of our lifetimes is just simply not very important, because we have found a central dynamic whose impulse we can all contribute to, whether it's how we think, which is very, very important, how we respond to those who care. So I'm grateful for my interfaith background, and my organization called United Religions Initiative is nearly 1 million people that work in local circles in 107 countries. And the particular focus is that to create harmony among different religious traditions. I think I've done it.
I would just like to ask you, that was an amazing and beautiful presentation that you gave, but how can the audience here join you in getting involved to change the world?
Well, I think you've already begun because we're here recognizing that it begins in the inner space in ourselves. And that I found my leadership capacity once I felt connected to that. And it's everything. It's music. It's teaching children. It's everything. So the first thing is to focus on the fact we're all doing the same thing, whether we know each other or not. And the second thing that I would say is, please learn about that part that speaks to you in reference to the Sustainable Development Agenda. And the reason for that is never before did the countries agree upon anything with some degree of sincerity. 193 countries have, and they're working diligently. The amount of meetings and the quality of it. So become who you are is the very first thing. And I guess, I do have a quote. Benjamin Disraeli said at one point, said, the greatest good you can do for one another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him her own. And I changed that pronoun. In other words, give what you have. Let the boundaries go. Break the bridges, break the walls, and build the bridges. Thank you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. So now I'd like to switch gears to Venerable Barin. If you could please introduce yourself and share with us the importance of your work.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm so honored to be here. And I'm so excited because among our spiritual group to have this in Ivy League with Professor Sack is a big thing. Okay, please give a big hand. Why? I would like to start with two short stories to depict what I mean that is so important today. It's about the language. It's about how we communicate with the modern mind, with the Facebook, with the YouTube. And you see the superhero thing? Yeah, it was designed. We make a cartoon to attract young mind. A true story we'd like to share is happened in New York just last year. And it made me feel like, wow, it's so important. Our work is so important. The most urgent thing. Last year, before the event that we have at the Riverside Church, we have a retreat. It's called Inner Peace Leader Retreat. And we found Garrison Institute in upstate New York to hold our retreat. And we have friends, people from here, Thai friend, American friend, come and meditate together. Without knowing, it's so funny. Without knowing, opposite our place is a West Point Military School. And I know later I become kind of shocked because my cameraman, he has a drone. So he fly the drone over there, taking a picture of Garrison Institute. He's flying over West Point Military School. It's so lucky his drone not shooting down. And we meditate, then we discuss about how you meditate, your experience, and then talk with the guy. He's here also, Rick. We discuss. It's so interesting. They're on the other side making a soldier and go out. Some people will die, even for a good cause. I don't know if it's good cause or not, but win and lose. Yeah, and in the video, we mentioned about win-win. How we can have win-win, not win-lose. Happy and happy. Not someone happy, someone not happy. And it starts inside, not outside. So I discussed with Rick. Interesting. They make a soldier. We make another soldier on this side. That we go out, fight with no one, but only one's own mind to achieve that self-conquer first before fighting with anyone. And we come up with the idea that made me super excited. humanity since its start. Progress in many ways, right? From Stone Age, agriculture, industrial, IT. Now we're talking about go to Mars. But one thing never progress. We still keep fighting. It change to, it change degree of heaviness, right? So it's not Mars thing that's urgent. It's a human mind development that is urgent. Why? If we not fix this human mind, we're gonna fight again on Mars, right? So if Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, I think there's something more urgent than going to Mars. We need to fix this, and we need a lot of resource, a lot of attention on it, not put it on the sideline, put it in the middle. We fix the human mind, we fix everything. Correct? Yeah. So that's the first story we'd like to share with you, that I'm so excited about this moment that we're approaching something close to that. That spiritual leaders, scholar, policy maker, we come together, find some solution and recommend to public policy level. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, come closer. From upstate New York, go to City Hall office. Last year at the event, Dr. Sarah Sayish, she represent Mayor Bill and give a talk. I was in the Philippines, okay? That 6 location happened on the same day. My teacher said, okay, Senator come at the Philippines event, you stay there. So I was in the Philippines. But after event, I come back. I meet with Dr. Sarah in her office. And it happened to be interesting that Dr. Sarah hold a midday meditation in her office every day. That all the employees, okay, come and meditate. So she asked me, can you share some meditation with my colleagues in the office, and then we can talk. So I get into the room, I ask, who meditate before? All the hand ups. This is in City Hall. All the hand, yes, they all meditate. Then I ask the second question, who managed to meditate every day? 2 hands left. You get the idea? Now we're in the moment that people have awareness. It needs to be done. But to make it a daily thing, like watching your face, it's not there yet. So they have a challenge. How I have inner peace every day. So I told them, okay, I have some work to do. My work, I simplify this thing, the simplest way. How are we gonna achieve that peace? Like take a shower. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to take a shower, your mind. Yeah, not complicated, no ceremony, no thing complicated, just be there. So after that experience, which was wonderful, I sat with Dr. Sarah, and then she shared to me, I'm a Buddhist monk, she's a good Muslim. Okay, sit together. Venerable, at the beginning of our country, United States of America, it's good to separate between church and state. Easy to manage, okay? Not confusing. So the children of other religion will not convert. The children of the religion. So parents feel, okay, no talk about this. Many years pass. The good thing had a side effect. The mental strength, the spiritual development have been on the sideline. Even in the academic system, it's about intelligence. It's about how you get a good score, not about how compassionate you are. You talk nice to your parent, you treat your friend in a good way, it's on the sideline. You get the idea, right? It's not in the system. I'm so proud that now one school in Los Angeles has inner peace subject, side by side with mathematics, with physics. Yeah, we just try something and we need Columbia to help on this. Because it's private school and they can, but we have curriculum 32 weeks. First lesson, what's it? Next. Then Dr. Sarah asked me, Venerable, from your experience, we have a problem right now, gun things and bullying. Do you have anything or not that is not religion that can fix this problem in the mind of the children? Do you have something that's not religion? Because if it's a religion, what religion? Which religion? Right? So I said, okay, I have something called inner peace education. I just invent the term, no curriculum, no, just teach what my teacher teach me to the young Catholics in the Philippines. So I show her, me and the bishop in the church, meditate together. And I'm not teaching them Buddhism, I teach them inner peace. Then Dr. Sarah asked me, wow, you have this? Do you have curriculum? I don't have. Show me, I think maybe this can help. United States of America, like maybe it can help to fix this holes in the mind of the young people. So I feel passionate after 10 months, I come back with one little book called Inner Peace Life. Dr. Sarah, I happen to have one now. And then one school in Los Angeles take it now to start Inner Peace Life subject in the school. So I hope I take too long time, but these two short stories tell how important this work, our work, not just MMI. We need to come together and think how we move the human mind forward. The most urgent thing to do it. Thank you.
I think that you really motivated the audience today. How can everybody here get involved to help you change the world?
Okay, it's already in the video. Now we just create the platform, okay? Any religion, atheist, any kind, LGBT, any group, you can benefit from it. I consider it a free software, okay? Anyone can benefit. Right after this talk, we're going to have some MOU between professor, MMI. We're going to show you a very first version of IPE that will go right into your phone. Okay? So you can sign up. Yeah, no required, no, it's free. Yeah, but limited version. Okay? Yeah, so that's going to be a step. You check and that 40 items need to be developed more. That you do like a quick questionnaire, 40, and then whoop, after you submit, the score come up. Your PQ, physical quotient, how many percent? Your EQ, emotional quotient, how many percent? Your IQ, intellectual quotient, how many percent? And then SQ, your spiritual quotient. That 40 item involve these things. Okay, and then there's a total score. It's called HQ, happiness quotient. Your ability to be happy, high or low. Okay, we created it, and you can try. At least you test it. Maybe you want to know your score. Okay, and after you know the score, that step that will be launched 15 October, just next month. Now my team work day and night. That is a 8-week development program. Yeah, that in this 8 week, how can I increase my score? Physical strength, emotional strength, intellectual strength, and spiritual strength in 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, you do post-test. You know your score. Good? Yeah, and after you finish, if your score is good, I have a t-shirt, special edition. Inner Peace Superhero, you see the hero? Yeah, we're gonna make a movie, okay? Yeah, but this cartoon just come out. They just born today in this event. Yeah. The little one, the green one called Virtue Sprout. Had 4 young children, Virtue Sprout. The blue one, the ladies called My Cooler. That's for the college. You see many blue today. They're from Columbia. Yeah, they can be My Cooler. Keep your mind cool. Think right, act the best thing for the world. And then the yellow one called Wisdom Seeker. Yeah, for adult, parent, that maybe you have money, but you don't have peace. You have money, but you fight all the time. You need wisdom. So that is the ideas. So after 8 weeks, if you qualify, we give you similar thing. We cannot have that shield yet, I don't know how to make it. But there's going to be a t-shirt, and then you will join Inner Peace Superhero Party. What is that? You see the movie Avenger? Marvel. They need a home base where they meet and then discuss how to change the world. We just have our center, MMI, in New York, 99th Street, Upper West Side. This is the home base of Inner Peace Superhero. Okay, what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? After this event, for Columbia student and professor and teacher, next Saturday, we would like to have the first meeting of Inner Peace Superhero with Columbia first. And on Sunday, anyone who want to, let's do something about it by changing myself to be better first. You can join that meeting and we come up what we're gonna do from here in New York City, the capitals of the world. So it's, you see, very detailed, but we really wait for this moment that let's come, you are Inner Peace Superhero, conquer yourself and change the world. That's it.
Thank you so much, Venerable Barin. Now I'd love to welcome Professor Sachs. Please introduce yourself to the audience. I think we all know you. You're famous. And the importance of your work. Thank you.
Well, it's wonderful to be here and very exciting to be among you and to hear all of these very important ideas at a very important time. I think it's interesting maybe to reflect a little bit about the individual and the ideas about our own behavior and the way our societies behave also, because the relationship is important and subtle and maybe part of the solution. I'm not a Buddhist, but from what I've learned from Buddhism, the wisdom shares a lot of wisdom with the sages of many cultures. And my guru philosophically is the philosopher Aristotle, who is my personal favorite philosopher, who also taught about what in Aristotle's terms was virtuous behavior. But if you think about what the Buddha teaches and what Aristotle teaches, there's a lot of similarity. The middle way in Buddhism is very much like Aristotle's path of moderation in his great book, The Ethics, or called the Nicomachean Ethics, because his son was named Nicomachus, and so he wrote a book for his son on the Nicomachean Ethics. And he taught the middle way. He taught that in every dimension of our personality, you can be extremely timid or you can be recklessly bold, but the right path is the middle way between the two. To be wisely brave, but not reckless, and not cowering in fear. He taught, like the Buddha, that self-denial and abstinence is actually not the right answer, but also pursuing wealth and greed is self-destructive. So it's a middle way between self-denial and pure reveling in goods and wealth and money. And Aristotle, like the Buddha, taught the middle way. And the ethics talks about each of these different aspects of personal behavior and how we can succumb to extremes. And that the struggle for us internally is to keep an internal equilibrium. Well, I think the language that different sages have used throughout times have been somewhat different, but the message has been very similar, which is we can lose our balance. We can easily become extremists. We can fall into self-destructive behavior. It's not true we necessarily know what's good for us, because we need teachers, we need mentorship, we need to follow the example of virtuous people, we need to be educated in what's good. It doesn't just happen. And our brains are very complicated instruments that can lead us astray, and people can become addicted horribly to many self-destructive behaviors, and they can become addicted to hate, and they can become addicted to things that are hugely destructive. I'm a social scientist, so I've spent my life thinking about how societies behave, how nations behave, how nations interact, how economies work. And for a long time, I didn't really pay too much attention to how individuals act and think, because as a social scientist, I was especially the most vulnerable, a macroeconomist, meaning you're always looking at the big picture. So you talk about the world production, or how the 193 countries of the UN relate, and so forth. But let me make the analogy. In the way that our societies operate, they display the same kind of tendencies that individuals display. And that is that societies can lose their balance the same way. And our economic, social, and political systems can lose their balance the same way. And keeping a balanced path at a society level doesn't just happen. There's no such thing as automatic balance. There's no such thing as what one famous economist called the invisible hand somehow solving the problems. And I'll give you three examples. At a societal level, we can have an economic system that leads to massive wealth for some and massive poverty to the point of even starvation or loss of the most basic needs, water, food, healthcare, for many others. And there's nothing that guarantees that you have a balance or a middle way. We can have what we have in the United States, an economy that is run by big companies and politics that is dominated by powerful lobbies. And we, the people, even though we're supposed to be promised self-government, don't have much say these days. All the power rests with the corporations. And that's the case in our country today. We have a tendency, similarly at the social level, that even though you look at this room, every religion, ethnicity, race is here today, it's wonderful, to fall into the same kind of extremism of us versus them. This is part of our brain disorder. It's the same kind of brain disorder that leads us to addiction to greed, leads us to an addiction to hate or to power. And we have a president who preaches hate most every day right now, I'm sorry to say. I don't mean to make it political, I mean to explain how dangerous the circumstances are. Because we're told this one's bad, this one's good, this one needs to be kept out of the country, and so forth. It's a game of hate, and it's extremely dangerous, but we're very vulnerable to it because we have our identities, we follow our group, we see all of the sins of others but don't acknowledge our own behavior. These are mental weaknesses, and there's nothing at a social level that solves these problems in any way. And that's why we're often amazed, but shouldn't be, where you learn or watch or see a community that lived together for hundreds of years suddenly killing each other. And then everyone scratches their head, say, well, the Serbs and the Croats live together, but now they kill each other. The Hutus and the Tutsis live together, but now they're killing each other. The Rohingya and the Buddhists live together, and now they're killing each other, and so forth. This is part of our brain disorder. We are absolutely able to jump to hate the other as part of our attachment to our own identity. So this is a second social phenomenon. And a third social phenomenon is maybe it's sometimes called speciesism these days, which is that humans think that they run the show to the extent of destroying the nature for all of the other species of the world. This is quite an extraordinary misunderstanding because we're physical beings that are part of the biosphere. We're part of our ecosystems. We're not magical species that one can destroy all nature and we're fine. We're putting ourselves at incredible peril by the destruction of the Earth's basic processes right now. The climate, the destruction of other species, the habitat where other species live, and all of the environmental trends are shocking. And you can see, even as the hurricanes hit and people are hurt, the powerful politicians, they don't care, by the way, because they're paid by the oil companies and the other polluters. And so the system is very corrupted also, but our minds are also corrupted, and the society doesn't have a balance. So whether it's on the economic side, on the social side, or on the call it the ecological or the environmental side, just like our personal behavior, there's no balance that is guaranteed. And we can go way overboard on the global social or economic level. We don't want to live in poverty. Nobody does. It's painful. It can kill you. It can kill your children. It can stunt your children. And yet, on the other hand, we can become addicted to wealth so that we ignore the poverty of others. And on the social side, we don't want to deny our identities, and we don't want to deny our religions, and we don't want to deny our communities, but we can fall into the trap also of putting ourselves or our group above everything else, and even literally trying to dehumanize the other to the point of killing them. And in a big world, this is easy to do because now we kill people. You don't even have to be within 10,000 miles. The drones will do it. The missiles will do it. And it can be someone pressing a button in the United States through satellite, and children in a bus in Yemen are destroyed, and the press won't write about it anyway, and if they do, the military will lie, and if they don't lie, no one will care anyway. And that is how the world really is. And on the environmental side, we're proving this experiment that we could go all the way to self-destruction, actually, even though the scientists are telling us every day, stop, are you kidding? Are you really going to wreck the climate? Are you really going to destroy all the other species? Don't do that. And yet we continue to do it. So I mention this because the Sustainable Development Goals, which are goals that all the countries of the UN adopted in a very special day a couple of years ago, where for a brief moment they showed some sanity and adopted these goals, are social level examples of inner peace at the global level. Because what they're really trying to say, the Sustainable Development Goals, is find the middle way. Find a path that respects wealth creation but doesn't drive us crazy and doesn't condemn people to poverty. Protect and enjoy your culture, but doesn't deny the humanity of others, and live in diversity like we are in this room, and understand that that's the richness of our lives, not something to be shunned. And engage with nature. We have to feed ourselves. And of course, we draw services from nature, but don't destroy nature by going to the extreme. So I would say the Sustainable Development Goals are attempting the middle path. And also in terms of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, it's also the same idea. Yes, a so-called market system is okay, but don't let the market system determine our values. Don't let the market system overrun our politics. Don't let the market system determine our fate. It should be in balance with government and with civil society. So we need a middle way economically. It's sometimes called a mixed economy. But you notice the rich people in the United States say, no mixed economy, just market, just market, just market, because they're addicted to their wealth. So much so that they will destroy us, unfortunately, because they don't have inner peace, but they sure have a lot of money, and they sure have a lot of power. And they're doing incredible damage by saying, there's no constraint on us. We're the masters of the universe. And so this is the idea of the Sustainable Development Goals. It's very hard to achieve. It's very hard to achieve because it's not the normal way. Just like inner peace is hard to achieve, I think one of the wisest things that the Buddha taught was it doesn't come easily. It's not simply find your inner soul one day and you're home free. And every great religious tradition and every great ethical tradition teaches it's actually a struggle to find the inner balance. It's not something that you ever solve and you're done. It's something, it is a way of self-cultivation that you have to work on every day. You can't say, meditate for 8 weeks and you're home free. It is meditate for 8 weeks and you will find a path that you can continue this journey. And the same thing with the Sustainable Development Goals, but on a social level, we're in a hard battle. They will probably not be achieved because we're up against powerful, powerful forces. We're up against all of the derangements and imbalances in society. Let me say something my wisest advisor and best friend, my wife, mentioned to me a long time ago. And if I say anything wise, attribute it to her, truly, and all the rest is my own fault. But we were at a Buddhist retreat many, many years ago in Nepal, and visiting, and just for a day, so I don't want to over-dramatize, but we heard a very wonderful explanation. And my wife always believed that the way to solve the social problems was through the individual, except she always said, but it's going to take too long, one by one, in the world. And you sometimes feel that because we're pressing against terrible challenges and the potential for disaster, I'm sorry to tell you, any day and every day. And one of the things that Venerable Buren is bringing is the new technologies to the old wisdom. So how can you reach more people? How can you teach at scale inner peace? Because we need to reach minds, help people to understand. The idea of the Sustainable Development Goals is to give people a bright signal to help them remember it's important that we fight poverty, it's important that we have equality, it's important that we have environmental protection. That's the idea of those goals. And so we use the picture that many of you have seen, some of you have it on t-shirts, of the 17 goals. But I think what you're doing is also finding a way to reach a lot of people about the inner peace level, so that the two levels can operate, interact with each other, that people of inner peace won't fight wars. Leaders should know that there are not killers and losers, but that there are human beings, and that they are temporarily with some responsibility and authority to look after the human beings, and that that's their job. And it's a temporary job, but that's their real job. And that the social level can protect us, and we can learn with the tools that I try to use, things like taxes and transfer policies and development assistance and so forth, that we can also use ways that societies can interact with each other to keep more balance. And I think the two levels, the individual, the brain, and the social dynamic, feed each other. A world of violence is a world where we're each deranged. We even know that from the psychology, the psychiatry. A child that is raised in stress will bear a lifetime of their cortisol-induced neurological changes. And so if there's social stress, that's individual stress. And if there's individual stress, that's social stress. So this is all to say that I think there's a wonderful confluence. That's why we're joining forces to understand, to examine, to learn how these social dynamics and the inner peace can build each other. Thank you.
Your talk was very inspirational today. I'd like to invite you to just share with the audience, how can they get involved with you to help change the world?
I would like everybody to go online and learn about the Sustainable Development Goals. Many of you are already involved, but if you're not, they're easy to find. There's 17, and you can easily read what they're about and remember why we need them, because the world by itself will not solve the problems of poverty or hate or inequality or environmental destruction. That has to also be our direct objectives. So then think about how you can get involved with the Sustainable Development Goals also, and connect it with the personal search for inner peace. Because I think also finding ways that in your communities, the Sustainable Development Goals can help to protect the environment, or create more equality within the society, or fight poverty, is also part of our journey. And whether you're a religious leader, or with a community, or in business, or a student, there's a place also for you to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. And so I would really ask you to do that, and I think you'll find it very exciting and very rewarding.
Thank you. Now I'd like to open the floor to questions and answers. We had some sheets, I think, that were being passed around for folks. If they would like to ask any questions, they can direct it to one of the speakers here. either a question pertaining to the International Day of Peace, a question pertaining to inner peace education, or a question pertaining to sustainable development goals.
Take-home message is from his trip to South America recently.
Well, the planes all flew on time, which was good, so I was able to get here today from Colombia. And I met yesterday with the new president of Colombia, and the day before with the new president of Paraguay. And both of them expressed their strong commitment personally and publicly to the Sustainable Development Goals. Yesterday, we launched a Center for the Sustainable Development Goals at the University of the Andes in Bogota. And the day before that, we launched an agreement to work with the new government of Paraguay on the Sustainable Development Goals, specifically looking at issues of education, of fighting poverty, of converting from fossil fuels to renewable energy. So it was a very good week. I should say that we started in Argentina, and the first day in Argentina, the former president was arrested for corruption charges, which showed how reality is, because there was a lot of corruption and a lot of cash changing hands, and it caused a lot of destruction in that country. And yesterday in Colombia, I spoke with the president about the 1 million Venezuelans who have fled Venezuela because of hunger, because of mismanagement next door, and a government that won't give up. It's using force to hold on to power. And so it's like every day you see great hope and you see great need simultaneously. And the world is very, very difficult. They all wanted to try to understand better what's happening in the United States, too, because our country is viewed in a very, with a big question mark over it all over the world. Nobody quite knows what to make of our president. The trade wars, the hostility, the unilateralism, the denial of the United Nations, the lack of respect for other countries, and so that's a concerning matter for everybody.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions?
But I haven't written it down. It's just burning in my brain right now.
Please, you're welcome to ask the question.
For Professor and Venerable Buren and anybody else in the room, what would a conversation look like with this panel and the Chancellor of the New York City Department of Education and the First Deputy Chancellor of the New York City Department of Education, serving 1.2 million kids, schools with as many as 55 languages being represented in the school? What would a conversation look like? What would be maybe 2 or 3 of the key takeaways that you would want the Chancellor or the First Deputy Chancellor to have if they were going to try to take actions to develop a secular, non-sectarian idea of inner peace for our kids, as well as infusing our curriculum with these goals that you've mentioned today? What would be 2 or 3 key points?
Yes. Okay. From my experience working on this thing, inner peace cannot be understood by words. Like, we cannot explain intellectually to really get it. What is inner peace? So I think now one thing that we all share, we're in a stressful moment. Last year, the application Number one on Apple is named Calm. CALM, Calm. Number one application that people download a lot. Yeah, Apple said this is app of the year. And you know, it's so funny. We'll read it in the article. Calm had been invented many years back, but it's not popular. But after Trump administration, it's what's written in the. You know, I'm not political either side. But after Trump, people download this application a lot, and then people want to learn how to be peaceful. So I think for Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, maybe it's good to learn some technique to manage stress, find some inner peace themselves. Okay, take a shower. And as Professor said, it's true that it takes time. But like a shower, just take it a little bit every day and feel a little bit better already. So what I would like to share is, should learn some technique first to manage one's own emotion, stress, then you can do better job. No matter what job you are doing. Once you get the benefit, you feel good. Let your imagination shine. How this thing will touch other people. Can be your wife, can be your children. Don't think too far. One symbolic act that happened in the Philippines in 2014 that really made me feel hopeful. We have a very big event, lighting candle. Now because environmental concern, we don't burn anymore. Like we realize about environmental thing, but that time people light the candle, you know, for the holy ceremony. It's the size of 4 football stadium, bigger than Super Bowl. Okay, so large, 100,000 candle. It's done in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, it's all done. You know how? They light the candle, they pass on just to the next one. Just to the next one. But they all do the same thing. Woof, come up. Senator, minister on state, grassroots on the ground. They need agreement from the big people. But it's the people who make a day. You get the idea, right? So I think it's about, let's try this. It's good. Stress, relax, feel it. And let's see what you can share to the people. So that what I would like to share, if you can pass to your chancellor, that let's try this inner peace in yourself. Okay, but if we need statistics, we need Ivy League things. Now we're gonna work with professor that how we can make this inner peace thing very easy to be accepted through many ways. Sometimes cartoon work, sometimes statistics work. Any path that lead to that middle way that professor mentioned, that we need more balance, find that peace and happiness that's already there. Slow down, feel it. Okay, that's it.
From that inner place, I would suggest that it helps always to see what people are doing well. And so I would suggest that we praise the chancellor for those schools that are teaching more than one language, because the children become familiar with something they hadn't heard before. I would suggest also to look at the experiments that the schools are trying to make and help with expanding some of the programs. My 3 children went to different schools, so I'll just talk about PS 84, the Central Park East Secondary, which is focused on less is more, and that values today are very, very practical. And when I would bring up the Sustainable Development Goals, I would try to stress the importance of the fundamental ethical imperative, which is to leave no one behind and to integrate ourselves with the planet. Those are the 2 central imperatives. I would praise as well, and this may be controversial to some, that they have changed the entrance policies of the honor schools, because I know my daughter would be very comfortable, having gone through Stuyvesant, recognizing that the pluralism of the city is a great resource. So again, I would say the Sustainable Development Goals are actually extremely practical, and we're all doing it. But imagine from that place of calmness that we would know it.
I'll just add, one of the things we will say is let's try and explore how the program works with the children, measure the impacts, and try to assess how this program and related programs of well-being, mindfulness, can enrich our children's lives and the schools. My colleague here, Dr. Alejandro Adler, has been undertaking many research projects around the world of various well-being and mindfulness programs, and showing that they can really contribute to not only the inner peace of the child and the emotional balance, but also the academic outcomes as well, that these are mutually related. And one of our hopes is that we're going to explore that, look at it rigorously. The word experiment was used, because I think that these need to be examined, and that the good practices need to be expanded and propagated. So that's part of what we would advocate, which is let's try, let's look, let's explore, and see in New York City or in other places what will really enable this flourishing.
Very excited to speak with you as the Director of Mindfulness in the New York City Department of Education, representing the Chancellor and the First Deputy Chancellor.
Is that right?
That's the truth.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good. Well, I'm speaking to the right person. That's very extremely exciting.
There were two questions in the back. I just received a note here that we have one question that just came to the front here, so I was just going to ask this. It says, I have found that I am most teachable in response to either a good idea or to some pain in my life. In many places, especially here, many people seem to be quite uninterested in a good idea. Do we need to reach the point where a majority of people need to be in pain in order for us to adopt SDGs?
I needed to be. I needed to know what was missing in myself. And that what was missing in myself was a practical expression that met the longing that I had to feel that my whatever, even if I'm going at 150%, how can it contribute? And so that's my answer. It was the pain of what I didn't have that motivated me to connect with what you were talking about, Venerable Baron.
Yeah, it just says, do the majority of people need to be in pain or feel some pain in life in order to adopt SDGs?
God help us know. The idea is not to use pain for solutions. The idea is to avoid pain. There is enough pain already. There's enough suffering already. There is enough reason to do different things. And I'm not a believer that things have to get worse before they get better, because I've been involved in public policy now for almost 4 decades, and things often get worse and then get even worse. So I'm not much interested in the tactics of getting worse to get better. I'm interested in let's stop getting worse and start getting better now. Enough already, because we have enough reason to change our behavior. I think we need to help people understand more what can be done. We need to help inspire people to take up the challenge. And I think that this is possible, and I think it's also why we're here. I was just at a political event moments before where a very wonderful progressive candidate, Alexandria Ocasio, was telling her supporters in the Bronx that we can change things. And her message is right. And she has a lot of support because she is energizing people for change. So I think that this is really the way we should try to act.
Okay. On this thing, it's not really about SDGs, but any good thing we're going to do. I have some wisdom from my teacher that it's work. It works. I think when we see someone in pain through education, we can understand that, like it's burning. Oh, it's burned my hand, and they tell us, do not touch it. It's burning. We don't need to touch it to get burned to understand that should not touch it. Like a true education, true explanation, maybe people will do what's good. Okay, so pain is not always needed. Okay, but how we make people excited to learn, while we make people feel compelling to learn and understand. That's the key. Yeah, people like to do trendy thing. People like to do what people doing. Like, wow, everyone do it. Then I want to do it. So it's about momentum. They have theory called critical mass, right? They have some experiment, monkey on the beach. They throw the nut and one monkey go and fall back. And then I can't remember exactly, but just 100,000 or at one certain number when the monkey, they see, woof, it changed the whole monkey on the beach. We're not monkey, okay? But that's the behavioral thing. People want to see if it works. It doesn't need to be not 70% to achieve 100%. It can be 20% or 25%. Okay? My teacher told me, he said, everywhere you go, Long Pibarin, you will meet 3 people always. The first one, wow, it's a good idea. I wish I know this earlier. I want to help like people in this room. Yeah, I want to do it. And you feel good. You feel energized to do what you are doing. And then you meet a second person. It's good, but, oh, I have party. It's good, but I'm now not feeling good to do it. So we meet this person. And then we meet the last one. Are you crazy? It will not work. All my life experience, I can guarantee it will not work. Do not waste your time. Maybe doubtful, Maybe they wish well for us, but they're very doubtful. My teacher said, spend most of your time with group number 1. Not spend too much time with group number 2. It can be later. He said, if you use up your time with group number 1 and you still have more time, okay, go to number 2. And with number 2, you still have more time, go to number 3. And you know what's going to happen? Once you share the good energy with the first group, it expands. And it will change the second group. And the first and the second will change the third one. That's the wisdom I got from my teacher. I think I saw it work, so maybe it will help. Thank you.
I would like to thank all the speakers today. It's been very inspirational. Thank you so much for joining us. And now I'd like to move on to the MOU signing ceremony. This is a momentous time for us. It marks a major milestone. We're combining the ancient wisdom and technologies that have been available here for thousands of years on the planet And we are going to combine it with current Western scientific research methods and initiate a global initiative to bring this around the world for the benefit of humanity. So I'd like to welcome Venerable Burin, the Middle Way Meditation Institute, to sign with Professor Jeffrey Sachs, the Director of the Sustainable Development. Yes, and we need a few minutes here, so we're just going to take a few-minute break. We invite Katya to play the lovely piano for us, and then we'll be meeting together in about 5 minutes.
And this time, I would love to invite our Professor Jeffrey Sachs and Venerable Burin to be on stage because we are going to proceed our MOU signing. And the others, please still stay with us because we still have another special moments together later on this. But now it's really crucial moments. And I would love to ask everyone to be here together. Okay, photographer, cameraman, ready? This is such a big history. So all mobile phone professional camera, please be ready for this history shot. So this time, we would love to invite all spiritual leaders to be on stage and have a group photo together as well. And also, our VVIP guests with the ribbon, please be on stage to have the photo together. Yeah เชิญพี่ๆนะคะที่มีโบนะคะผู้สนับสนุน or Thai supporters since last year many years projects for MMI and this time is the history. One, two, three, inner peace. SDG and IDP. Smile. The biggest history of the moment. Smile. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So once again, I would love to ask everyone, please return to your seats. We're gonna have another special program still. So, yeah, I know that everyone feels so blissful for this moment. The history, it happens already. Yeah. And then I believe that we are really grateful to be here at the witness to see this is the history. This is already happens because Eastern and Western wisdom already meets together at the middle way. And now, inner peace is going to be easier for everyone, and it's going to be faster. So, once again, that Venerable Burin, he mentioned a little bit about inner peace education, right? If you remember about the program, I think we might need to show you some presentation and slide how you're gonna join that, right? I think many of you, especially for those who hasn't registered yet, okay, it's very easy and simple. We're gonna show you how easy it is. And you are welcome to join. Okay, not just Columbia University students, but everyone can join. Even me, I was a student before. I mean, I'm still in the program for 8-week program. Okay, even now, I'm the one of the instructor in the Peace Life instructor. I joined Miss Joy Levine and teaching meditation in a Peace Life subject in Los Angeles as well. So, like 2 roles. Okay, so we're gonna start with the 40 items quiz. We all gonna have to do this together. So please try this website, worldwideweb.mmipece.org/IPE. If you are able to use your mobile phone now, you are allowed to do. Because we are not in the classroom, please feel free to, start together with this program, okay? Yeah, or you can take a picture of this link first, and you can do it at home right after this event as well. But I really want you to take a picture, take a photo of this link first. Because I believe that once we try it, we keep doing it, it's gonna change your life. It's not only myself at all. My sister, 2 sisters, they are here for MMI, for this event. Even since last year, my whole family, we changed together because of this program. Yeah, we all meditate together every day, and we do and follow this program. Everyone. We have like around 6 people in our family. So yeah, I really want you to join. Start from yourself first. If you remember our guest speaker, they said that very easy. Just try with yourself. Try it and feel it, and then you can start to telling others, right? Okay. So I'm sure that you finished already. And you can, if you can see, oh, that lady looked familiar. That's me. Oh, unfortunately, as you can see, I failed at the first time for my physical quotient because I work too much. Okay, I have my private school back in Thailand, in Bangkok, 400 students, so I have been busy. So I hardly exercise. That's why you see my PQ. Oh my God, I failed that. But okay, EQ, emotional quotient, still fine, right? 92%, not bad, right? And then for intellectual quotient, still okay. And spiritual quotient, still fine, right? As you can see from the HQ, 79%. I still can be like, okay, a happy person. So please take notes and have this with you. Once you get home, please do this together. And also that Venerable Burin, he mentioned about 3-day meditation retreat we're gonna have during December. Okay, 7 to 9 December, you can have notes a little bit earlier so you can plan earlier. And also about the specialized and exclusive training with Venerable Burin. So next session, we're gonna have our special spiritual leaders that you all really see something for this event. You have your time for us, the good start for world peace together. So I would love to start our inner peace light session. First speaker, our spiritual leader, I would love to invite Reverend Susanna Bastarika from Christianity to give us the speech today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon. I wish to thank everybody that is participating in making a difference in the world. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us opportunities in how we can look inside and center. There is a way that we can meet each other all the way, all the time. It's making a difference in how we perceive the world on our daily lives. And because we are citizens of the world, we can make a choice, because that's our given right by God, make a choice. But sometimes in the face of a tornado or in the face of a tsunami, our choices are limited. However, when we seek for advice, inner peace, and we are connected with a higher purpose, we find people that can actually come and reach a hand. In my most desperate times of life, I'm here because of somebody else. And also by the grace of God. But the somebody else's in my life are the significance that are in your lives that makes things like today possible, because everybody worked very hard to be here. And the best way to show up, besides meditating when we can become one with everything that exists, is becoming one with ourselves and being present in our hearts. And when we become present in our hearts, we show up at other people's events, at other rescue teams, at other churches, or at other schools, and we impart the education for peace for what comes in our heart, and we offer our time. In reality, we are here to serve others. It's our only purpose in life. So riches or whatever it is, or where we strive for, after we achieve an alphabet soup after our names, it's not as important as what we receive as individuals. I measure my wealth by the amount of friends who really come to our hearts and into our lives. And I'm here because of friendship, because of interfaith, because of colleagues who thought that my company is worth it and invited me to be here. And I invite you all to join us in our ministry, to be present. So I really want to thank you for being who you are and who you are in my life. And what I see, that I just had a small epiphany right now, that no matter how much opinion we have about an opinion of an opinion, we cannot taint other people's lives by telling them, you're ugly, you're fat, you're old, I don't like you, I don't love you. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything. And I also ask people not to call war, fight. I call you to engage with each other, to engage in each other's lives, and become relevant every day for our purpose. and create the new language of love, which is by every expression. We don't have an expression for reaching out. We don't have an expression for like, I love you deeply, because they're just words, but actions speak louder than words. So I invite you all to embrace everybody here and in the world and send them your love from the heart, because through vibration, we can really be attuned to the oneness. I thank you very much, and I thank you very much, Venerable Viren, to inviting me. It's a privilege to being here. God bless everybody. Thank you. I'm Reverend Susana Bastarrica.
Thank you so much, Reverend Susana Bastarrica. Next, we're going to move on to Imam Dr. Ahmed Muharrem, athlete, Turkish Mosque in Manhattan, and interfaith consultant of Peace Islands Institute, and chaplain in VA Medical Center.
My dear brothers and sisters, is that beautiful, right? My religious garb. Look at this, the colorful and then very beautiful, right? And my hat as well. But what about inside? Under construction. Construction is going on. Like Michelangelo's unfinished sculpture. I really like it. Michelangelo has many famous sculptures, but most beautiful one is right before 5-10 days he's passed away. He started the sculpture but he couldn't finish it. That's why people call it unfinished sculpture of Michelangelo. It is representing us, human beings. We are on the way. We are looking for inner peace. Actually, I'm chaplain. My duty is to knock the doors of my patients, veterans. I'm working in a veteran hospital. And saying that, how are you feeling today? Very cliche question. They are saying, first impressions, I'm good, chaplain, I'm okay. Look a beautiful day, sunny. And then I'm saying that you're not. You are not. I am not too, I'm looking for happiness. I'm lazy, I am lonely. I'm suffering laziness, loneliness, selfishness. I'm unhappy. And you are. We are looking for inner peace. The core point, actually. That's why I am here. That's why I appreciate the name of the event. And that's like the professor says, middle way. Yeah, I'm very radical to be in the middle. And that's why I really appreciate the names that I heard today, And I don't want to be boring Imam today, and I'm finalizing my verse. Thank you very much. Really, from the heart. I have been invited here, and then look at this beautiful atmosphere we're sharing, and it's a starting point actually, and we need it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much again, Imam Dr. Ahmed Muharrem, athlete. Next, may I invite Cantor Judith Steele, the leader of Judaism, please.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. It took a long time to find peace inside of me, but I think I'm getting it, finally. I'm a Holocaust survivor. And I was in a camp, and I was separated from my mother and father, and I never saw them again. Why? Because there was no peace. There was evil. And this is what we have to work towards, even in this day and age, to get rid of the evil and show them that they should have peace inside of them. Because there's that light inside of all of us. I became a reverend at the All Faith Seminary International, which was led by Rabbi Gelberman, who used to be a Hasidic rabbi until he became enlightened. And I met him, and I became his cantor, and then I became his student, and I learned that he had different students from all religions, and they all got together in love. There was so much love in his classes. And then he ordained us, and we spread the word. I was a wedding officiant for many years, and it was such a great thrill to marry different people of different religions. And I'll never forget that part of my life. It wasn't too long ago. I'm 80 years old, so I did it up till about 20 years ago. What can I say besides I thank you so much for giving me that opportunity. Yes, I'd like to read a letter that I wrote to my mom and dad. You see, my father took me to a place where there were people waiting for me because they wanted to take me out of the camp before my father and mother were taken to Auschwitz. So he was holding my hand 1 minute, and he said, "Look the other way." I was only 4 years old. So he said, "Look the other way, look over there, look over there." And I felt my hand being dropped, and I kept looking, and then when I turned around, my father was gone. I never saw my father or mother after that. I found out many years later that they perished in Auschwitz. So I wrote a letter, and I'd like to read it to you. It's called, "I Survived During the Holocaust Because of Love." Dear Mom and Dad, it is difficult to imagine the anguish that you must have gone through after having to give me up on that evening in September in 1942, when you knew you were going to be taken on a train to Auschwitz to an unknown fate the following day. I know now the strength you must have had when you took me to the Ose that night before and left me there to live. The horror of not knowing what was going to happen to Opa, that was my grandfather, to me, or for that matter to you. I was just a little girl of 4. I couldn't imagine, and all I wanted was for you to come back to me. Life would have been so perfect for all of us. I understand how much you loved me and how much courage it took for you to give me up. Dad, I remember how you were distracting me for a second and letting go of my hand and leaving. It was that split second that my life changed forever. I waited forever for you to come back to me, and Maman Suzy, and she was there for me and dried my tears. I never stopped waiting for you, Mom and Dad, and prayed every day for you to come back to me. I never recognized the emptiness that I've been feeling in my life without you, as well as the unexplained rage. This is why I am finally writing this book. I'm in the process. I believe I'm doing this to understand myself better, as well as getting in touch with that part of me which has been in pain and empty all my life. I used to ask myself, how did they go on the train? Did they get a seat? Did they actually get to Auschwitz? I hope they didn't suffer. What were they saying? What were they thinking? Did they worry about me? Probably. What about the lineup? Who goes where? Did they stay together in the end? I hope so, holding hands and lovingly gazing at each other. Writing this to you, my beloved Mom and Dad, I understand a little more about myself. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the great wisdom, the wisdom to make sure that your message will carry on through myself, my children, my 4 grandchildren, as well as future generations. I love you so much. I believe that love comes first. And if we all love, then we'll have peace. Thank you.
That's wow. Oh my God. Thank you so much again. Okay. Next, we are going to move on. And may I invite Reverend Dr. Dilip Kumar Thankapan, the President and CEO, World Yoga Community, the representative of Hindu.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षेयमामृतात् ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा गच्छेत् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु. Namaste everyone. It is my great pleasure and honor to be with this institution. And I have a big relationship with Colombia. I will tell that story next weekend. But last 3 events I am coming to this event, I felt happy because I saw the volunteers. They always call me, can you come? Can you meet? There's a personal relationship there. This is the way I grew up. Love all, serve all. One of the masters taught us, begin the day with love. Please say. Fill the day with love. Spend the day with love. End the day with love. That's the way to peace. You can have different religion, different certifications, different nationalities. You can have millions of dollars in your pocket. But if you don't have a peace in your heart, nothing will happen. You know, this is my personal life story. My father is from an Orthodox Christian family. They are the first 7 families converted to Christianity in AD 52. We have bishops in our family. My mom's side is Hindus. They married 60 years back. You know how peaceful that is? They are outcasted. Both are kicked out from the family. My brother born, sister born. I am the youngest one, like 10 years apart from them. So when my mom got pregnant, there was a conflict, how to handle these 3 children. So I born in a violent womb. Dad said, we had to kill this child. Mom said, no, I want this child. I know I'm going to born. See, the universe gave me birth. Doesn't matter my mother or father. Doesn't matter I born in America or India or China, whatever. You know, every single child should learn how to love each other. That's a basic education for the universe. A mother, when she a child, a mother's breast will start giving the milk. When child knows my mother is somewhere there, child can go without seeing it. That's a universal truth. In Hinduism we say, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. The truth never lose. Whatever we face in our life is an illusion. Once we understand, we are part of the universe. The universe gave us a beautiful life to experience. I know, entire day we have problems. Any organization, any political groups, or even UN, or any religious group, problems are there. That's the beauty of the life. When we have problems, we face it. When you run away, you are the loser. Face it, learning something from the problems, and be a mechanic. Tune with it. If I look my life, so many people try to kill me because I brought interfaith in India with a different religious group. I go to bishops, can you come to my events? No, we don't like this one. Each group will say, next year, same time I'll go again. 4th time or 5th time I'll get them. Then we became friends. I get chai and all the snacks. Now, if I look at in every single country, I have friends. I made a network of family, global family. That's why I like the 17th goal. It can cover everything, partnership. Yesterday we met, Venerable Burin said, oh, we need some religious leaders. I said, come tomorrow. I'll get it. I took their hand, this person's hand, okay, partnership is ready. This is the way I do things. So this is my point. Never make enemies in your life, even though you have different opinions and ideas. Easy to destroy the friendship. Very hard to maintain. In meditation, one of my masters said, don't talk too much. Shut your mouth and sit quiet. Observe your breath. Everything will clear. That's very important to have every single child to learn how to meditate. You know, everybody know about the yoga, right? When you practice yoga and breathing, your body is healthy. If somebody is asking you, do you have a body? How do you say? Yeah, I have a body, I can move around. Do you have a mind? I can think. Do you have a soul? That's a part. Institutions, they have a problem because they don't want to acknowledge that the spirit exists. Truth cannot change. So I know one day it will happen. Everybody will acknowledge spirituality exists in the universe by birth. I am looking for that day everybody can come together and make a peace without any differences. Good to have different clothes, different attire, fine. And basically, we are divine chosen people in the universe. We are the universe. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, once again, I would love to thank all our spiritual leaders for such a great and inspirational speeches. So next, we're going to move to the meditation part. I would like to invite our Venerable Burin onto the stage to guide the meditation for this session.
I think I will take this moment to say thank you. Because after this, we're going to meditate, pray, and we sing a song. And we go back home happily. So I would like to say thank you so much for being here. Actually, it's very challenging to have the event here. And thank to Guruji, it's like a last minute. You go, oh, I need all 5 major religions. And I need a speaker for Internet of Peace. And Guruji, okay, let's come. And then he called everyone and big thank to Guruji for and last year when we have event at Riverside Church, Guruji said something that really inspired me. And I think that's very thankful. Because last year we have event, it's 100 years of the middle way meditation. This year, 101 year. After finish, I recommend that you will look at the small exhibition at the back. And it talk about Lung Po Wat Pak Nam, the one who inspired inner peace superhero idea, that to conquer oneself. That's the most important thing to do. So 100 years, we have the event around the world like this, but simultaneously. And we want it on the same day, same time. It's 10 p.m. in Sydney. It's 7 a.m. in New York. And some people say, you are crazy. You have event 7 a.m. in the mornings in New York. Who's going to come to the event? And we feel like, okay, 800 years happened once. So let's do it. I didn't change the plan. It turned out fewer number, okay? This is bigger. but that day, people show up. And then Guruji said one thing. I saw the video. I'm not there, but I saw the video. He smiled like this. I think world peace is coming close. 7 in the morning and you show up in New York City for peace. Please give a big hand. Yeah, there's some good crazy people, okay? Crazy to do good, not normal. So they show up, and that's very inspiring. It's not about quantity, it's about the quality. It's about how we're gonna start, you know? So I'm very thankful for this, and I'm sure this will grow. And with Professor Sack, he has that voice. Not many professors join G7 meeting. You know G7 meeting? All that he joined G7 meeting, and they talk something in that meeting before UN. So we are here with him, and he really wants to know more about inner peace thing. So let's shape this together. I invite you all. Let's shape this together from what you are good at. Student, professor, artist, religious leader, we welcome all, okay, for this to happen. I will just read short message and then we meditate. They're gonna bring some peace ball. Now our signature is we meditate and then we light up the light together. I would like to read a message from my teacher. The monk who studied named Lung Po Wat Pak Nam, he rediscover, we use the term rediscover the middle way meditation. It's from Buddha time. But many years passed, 100 years, no one actually understands what happened under the Bodhi tree. It's written in the canon, but what Prince Siddhartha actually did when he closed his eye. This monk, he curious, so he dedicated his life. He meditated in front of the Buddha statue and then he make a vow. Tonight, I will sit till I die. I will not move. If I will not achieve what Buddha experienced in his lifetime, because I want that knowledge to be alive and help people. So 101 years ago, yesterday International Day of Peace, right? International Day of Peace. Monday 24, it's 101 years after that day. So we pick up today, is in the middle of these two important days. This monk, he dedicated his life. He experienced the deep meaning of the middle way. And today, Professor Sack talked about the middle way, right? That middle way starts inside. Then it will go. So this is very critical that we need to clearly understand. Outside will follow when inside middle way. We can use any name. Centering, I talked to Catholic friends, centering prayer. Any name, get to that spot, the invisible dot inside you. Then it will just grow. So That's, I will read this in his name. 101 years ago, he dedicated his life. Hello, everyone. All of us have gathered here today to meditate, and we'll light up inner peace light together. It's such a brightening moment for the whole world. Amidst the challenge of continuous war and conflict that still exists in many parts of the world. Inner peace light that we will light up today will become a beacon of hope, assuring us that once every one of us has inner peace, we'll be able to share it to others to create world peace. When our mind comes to a standstill through meditation, our minds will be clean, clear, and bright. Only then will we find inner peace. May all people around the world, regardless of nationality, race, or religion, receive our inner peace and good wishes. May they be blessed with greater happiness in their family, their community, their countries. May we find peace and love among us all. And then he keep a blessing. Bhavatu Sapa Mangalang Rakantu Sapa Devata Sapa Buddhanupave Nasatha Soti Bhavantu Te Bhavantu Sapa Mangalang Rakantu Sapa Devata Sapa Patammanupave Nasatha Soti Bhavantu Te Bhavantu Sapa Mangalang Rakantu Sapa Devata Sapa Sanghanu Bhave Nasatha Soti Bhavantu Te. Okay, we help the MC. So please have peace ball pass to everyone, and the volunteer, please bring the major peace ball, come up. Then we're gonna meditate before we go home. ไม่เป็นไร Okay, so from this moment, please stay calm and peaceful. We're gonna meditate. We pray and we light up peace ball, our symbol of world peace, true inner peace together. Okay, you keep the ball, not turn it on yet. We meditate first, okay? But you can keep the ball with you with a good energy. This is the gift, the token, you take it back. Okay, you put it your home. For my student, I call this a shampoo for your shower. So it's mobile. You can travel, you can keep in your bag, you put in your hotel room, you meditate. Okay, we try to be creative a little bit, how this thing will flow with life. Okay, and today I thanks all the guests from Thailand, from Los Angeles, from anywhere, and all the leaders, especially all the Columbia students. I'm so glad they step out of their academic, stuff and then do this peace work. And I'm sure they will be the one to help us greatly to change the world. Okay. Okay. Done. วิปเปิดหลวงปู่ Okay, so please find your comfortable sitting position. If you're holding something, put it aside. We're gonna have inner peace time together. Okay, this is หลวงปู่วัดปากน้ำ the monk that I mentioned, that he dedicated his life to bring the inner middle way back to the world. And he shared to all religion, no religion, that let's find that inner spot that you can change yourself, change your family and the whole world for better. Okay, ready? Okay, so today to be auspicious for this moment because it celebrates 101 years after this rediscovery also. I will turn on his actual voice, his Thai voice that he guided meditation 101 years ago. And then the Thai voice will volume down, and I speak in English what he speak 101 years ago about this inner space, and we're gonna celebrate inner peace celebration together today. Okay, ready? Relax. Okay, we don't need second exercise, right? Okay.
บัดนี้ท่านทั้งหลายทั้งหญิงและชายได้เสียสละละเวลาอันมีค่ามาศึกษาในทางพระพุทธศาสนา นี่เป็นกิจส่วนตัวสำคัญทางพุทธศาสนาแปลว่าทางคำสั่งสอนของพระพุทธเจ้าพระพุทธเจ้าสอนให้สัตว์โลกทั้งหมดละชั่วโดยกายวาจาใจทำความดีโดยกายวาจาใจทำใจให้ใส3 ข้อนี่แหละเป็นคำสอนของพระพุทธเจ้าทุกๆพระองค์ทั้งอดีตปัจจุบันอนาคตยืนยันเหมือนกันหมดเหตุนั้นท่านทั้งหลายเมื่อตั้งใจมั่นลงในพระพุทธศาสนาเช่นนี้ก็เพื่อจะทำใจของตนให้ดีตามประสงค์ของทางพุทธศาสนา
At this moment, I would like to invite every one of you to relax, close your eyes gently, let your hands on your lap comfortably, and we take this moment to find that middle path inside us. All of you, both men and women, have sacrificed your valuable time to learn the teaching of the Enlightened One. This is an important personal mission that the Enlightened One taught all beings to refrain from all evils associated with the body, speech, and mind, to only do good deeds with the body, speech, and mind, and to purify the mind. These 3 principles are the teaching of our Enlightened One from past, present, and future. They all confirm this principle. So when your mind is determined toward the teaching of the Enlightened One, then you can practice to purify your mind through the knowledge we call samatha and vipassana. Samatha is a primary knowledge which means peacefulness. Vipassana is a higher knowledge than samatha, which means enlightened vision. Both samatha and vipassana are profound knowledge in the teaching of all Enlightened One. It was said in Pali, an ancient language, Natti Santi Parang Sukhang, which means peace of mind surpasses all kinds of happiness. This stillness of the mind that leads to inner peace is very important. So you train your mind to be still. Once your mind becomes still, you can train it to experience stillness within the stillness. Move forward in stillness, no return. Stillness within stillness. Stillness within stillness. Once your mind is totally still at the center, you will fall into the center, and you will see the bright sphere like the moon or the sun emerging amid the stillness at the center. This sphere is called Patamaka, or a primary path. This is a path that will lead us to world peace. It's a primary path of humanity to an eternal peace. It's also a path that all enlightened ones have passed before us. It is the same path that people from all walks of life, all races, and all religions will pass through. Some can be fast, some can be slow, depending on their goodness, energy, previously accumulated. But it is the same path. On the worldly way, to move faster, you need to find faster vehicle, like airplanes or cars. But on the spiritual path, if you want to move faster, you need to learn how to be still and let go. Then you can move faster spiritually. Just be still at the center of the bright sphere. Be still. When your mind is completely still, you don't need to use any mantra. But if your mind wandering, you can use the mantra. You can use a mantra, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, until the mind becomes still. Be still. Don't think of darkness or brightness. Just be still. Stay still. Stillness of the mind is the key to success. Learning to attain stillness is very crucial. Let's be settled in stillness first. Once your mind can find stillness, you can go further to learn other things in the teaching of the Enlightened One. Keep your stillness, be steady along the way. Do not be distracted. Please continue to meditate in silence for a moment. You remain calm, peaceful, and gentle during the moment of silence. You feel some calmness, peace, and serenity. Allow that inner peace shine brightly like a sunshine in the morning. Let that inner peace light shine from your center to cover your body. Feel it in every single cell, in every single part in your body. Let peace and love radiate out from your body to fill up this room, touch everyone, feel love, feel peace. Expand out from this room to cover New York City, to cover USA, to cover the whole world. Feel peace and love showering the whole world, healing the whole world. Make a good wish for yourself, for your family, for communities, and to the whole humanity. May all be well. May all be free from suffering. May all find peace, love, and joy within themselves and share to people around them. Enjoy this good feeling. Enjoy this nice feeling. Be with this inner peace. Even after the session, be with it till you go to bed tonight. Buddhanupavena, Sappha Dhammanupavena, Sappha Sankhanupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. And slowly and gently open your eyes. Still remain calm and peaceful inside yourself. Thank you.
So at this moment, I would love to invite our Venerable Burin again, our Executive Director, the Middle Way Meditation Institute, on the stage, and another spiritual leaders, Reverend Dr. Dilip Kumar Thanakappan Guruji. Next, Imam Dr. Ahmed Muharrem Atlig, Cantor Judith Steele, Reverend Susanna Bastariga. Next, Mr. Eric Levine, Miss Joy Varalak Levine, Mr. Barnaby Spring, on the stage, please. Also, Miss Martha Goluhiu, and also Miss Suthiwan Sukhawathanakanwit. So each lantern for each person, we're gonna light up this inner peace light together. Make wishes with your peace and light inside you. Once we are all ready, we're gonna light up this inner peace light together. If everyone are ready, 3, 2, 1. Pull down, please. Pull down the light. Yeah. The light of peace, the inner peace light. And please stay calm and peaceful for this history moment together with peace, love, and joy, happiness inside you.
And simply walk away. Will I ever become a man or die before I see how beautiful the world could be if hatred would cease?
Wow, such a grateful moment. I hope and wish everyone will keep this moment together. The biggest of our history, our inner peace to the world, for world peace together. So we all feel the same. Such a blissful moment and peaceful moment together. Thank you, every special leaders and big supporters for this project for World Inner Peace Celebration. Could you please line up together and we're gonna keep the moment together? Okay. So we're gonna capture this moment together with peace and love. 1, 2, 3. Peace. Inner peace. Smile with peace. World peace. Smile. And inner peace. Last shot. 1, 2, 3. Inner peace and world peace. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for making today happen together. And please kindly return to your seat. We're going to have another round for our supporters. Thank you so much. Okay. May I invite Miss Lisa Azedello Yes, please be on stage. พี่แก้วนะคะ มิสมณีทิพย์ศรีระวงศ์เราจะ go inter มิสธัญสาไวว่องคุณจุ๋มนะคะมิสมนทาโรจน์ดำพันธ์พีซบอลด้วยนะคะขอพีซบอลนะคะให้คุณลิซ่านิดนึงเนาะโอเคนะคะขอพีซบอลของประจำกายตัวเองมาด้วยนะคะขออนุญาตไทย language สักแป๊บนะคะคุณแม่อีทลัญชนานะคะคุณจูนนิสนภัสวรภูวดลค่ะยืนระหว่างเลยนะคะหันหน้าเข้าโคมนะคะ face to the lantern the inner peace light in front of you next มิสสุนิตเย็นสบายค่ะมิสเตอร์มกรชาวนิตมิสอิสรีชาวนิตมิสโอเคคุณโจเอลมิสเตอร์โจเอล please พี่เล็กค่ะมิสปิยรัตน์หงสิริแม่อ๋อยค่ะมิสออร่าเซตา I'm sorry พี่เบนมิสฤทัยฟรอสต์โอเคเดี๋ยวเราจะเปิดไฟพร้อมกันนะคะ Could you please turn off the light just a moment your ball on your hands peace ball on your hands we're gonna light up turn on the light together okay 1 2 3 light up together inner peace smile with your peace world peace smile with your peace many of you flew from Thailand or even you are here and make it happen together again that's such a wonderful moment together without you this event cannot happen as well and then after your inner peace light up already we're gonna place your inner peace ball on your hands on the table together วางตรงกลางได้เลยนะคะ in the middle ค่ะวางตรงกลางได้เลยนะคะ place all your inner peace ball circle around on the table thank you with peace and joy lovely thank you so much and okay done line up again take a picture together okay world peace shot from inner peace shot together okay ready with peace and joy inside you smile 1 2 ready 1 2 3 smile inner peace world peace one more shot inner peace smile and world peace okay thank you everyone thank you so much again thank you please return to your seats so I would like to be a representative to thank all of you to be here together and make our World Inner Peace Celebration 2018 happen again together. So we hope, thank you so much everyone. Thank you again. We hope that we're gonna meet each other again next year and every year. So first of all, please don't forget to catch up with us with our training program, 4-step training program, 8 weeks course online program from MMI, www.mmIpeace.org together. Especially, I really would love to thank all the staff and volunteer together. such a wonderful job. Make this happen together. Okay, Miss Dawn, all spiritual leaders, and everyone, thank you. Have a safe trip back home. See you again next time.